I choose so that I'm healthy and I'm getting myself to the size I want to be. And set goals so that they're very small. I mean, 2 pounds a week is a great way to think. Because anything more than that, well, at first you'll probably lose more. You'll let go of more. But 2 pounds a week is a really good...
Over a longer period.
It's good for a long period of time to say 2 pounds a week. And so what if it takes a year? At least you're letting it go and you're becoming a new you.
Exactly. Yeah. And the thing is, when you're wanting to change a habit, or you've got used to maybe taking in a certain type of food, and I find sugar is one that's in this category, to get used to something sweet, it will take a little while to adjust your taste so that, with it being less sweet, you actually enjoy it as well. So this is where, in a way, that self-discipline and that support and thinking, okay, I'll do it, that 21 days, the magic number, you know.
Exactly.
I'm going to take, you know, no sugar or half the amount of sugar I normally take in my coffee, and I'm going to do it religiously for 21 days.
Yes, and I taught myself to
that's
sugar without coffee and cream. Before I put half and half and 2 spoons of sugar. And it started, like you said, Helen, where I would just put 1 spoon of sugar, and then I whittled it down to putting less and less. I also used to pass a Mrs. Fields cookie shop on a daily basis, and I became addicted, and I started getting carried away with that. And then when this new picture took over me, I finally realized, I said, you know, it's just a cookie. I can have it. And that's the other thing. Let yourself have things from time to time and just eat half of it. So I got to where I could eat half of a cookie, where before I'd eat 3, you know, or a whole box. I mean, when I was living with those people, I would eat the whole box. But when I told myself I could have a cookie, I was fine just eating 1.
It's giving yourself that space and actually being very sympathetic and non-judgmental with yourself.
Exactly.
You know, and listening to what you want, because sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I just want a piece of chocolate.
Of course.
So I have a piece of chocolate, and it's wonderful, and I enjoy it. But because my body needed it, I gave it. But if you don't have that piece of chocolate, then maybe later on in the evening or the next day you'll have a whole bar.
Oh, definitely.
So
what it is really, Helen, it's mind games, right?
It is.
It's really
all in the mind.
It's learning how to play mind games and how to do simple things. It's really so simple, and small steps make a huge difference. And so many people, when they want to lose weight, they think they have to take these big, overwhelming steps, and that's where they get in trouble, because nobody can keep that up for the most part, unless you have a coach. They're encouraging you and praising you, and you know, I mean, we need each other. Helen?
Yeah, I know. You know, it's hard work to give yourself the level of praise and level of encouragement that actually is your worth and is your due. It's hard work to do that on your own. But to have somebody beside you who is encouraging you and has been there, has experience, and knows, you know, has been maybe even through similar things. Because what I see all the time, and I've experienced myself, that what we end up teaching is what we've lived, what we've had to experience.
Definitely.
So you're teaching what you're teaching for a reason. It's part of your life experience, just as what I do is part of mine.
Exactly.
So that is really, really helpful to have that level of support.
Oh yes, it is indeed. In fact, I have a coach. I mean, you know, and I have friends around me who understand what I'm teaching, and we support each other all the time. And yes, I have a coach. I've had a coach for a long time, and I don't know what I would have done without her, to be honest with you. You know, I mean, it's really helped build my business.
Yes, exactly.
I knew that I needed that help and that support, and it's okay. That's why there's more than one human on the planet, right?
This is the thing, you know, it's okay not to know and not to know how and not to be perfect and,
exactly.
and you know, just to be who you are. That's the thing. I think it all boils down to something. It's just actually allowing yourself to be who you are on the inside.
Yes.
And the key to that is actually firstly connecting with that person on the inside. You know, and when you're able to do that, everything will fall into place. It sounds too easy.
It does.
It sounds too easy, and I can see when I say it, they look at me as if, yeah, right. You know?
Exactly. And that's the challenge sometimes.